Music, we know, has the power to inspire, to change lives, and to bring people together. And when you hear a good song, you can't help but feel emotion, especially when it sounds like this.
I was gone all those years. Why are you waited here?
That voice you just heard belongs to Aysanabee, an OG Cree musician who made history at the Junos in March as the first Indigenous artist to win both Songwriter and Alternative Album of the Year. And Aysanabee is joining us in studio to talk about not only his big win, but his new music. Hey, welcome. You're in my space now.
Yeah, here we are.
First off, congratulations. You know, this isn't the first time you and I are spending some time together. Last year, you know, we did a piece for W5. I got to go to your home, meet your family. This is us walking out on the property. That's where your Winnebago used to be.
Yeah, and I had to describe something that wasn't there.
Yeah. And then that's you. There's you with your mom, Tracy. So tell me about what life has been like. So we shot this in December?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been pretty nonstop. Like, I just got back from Sacramento, and I was in Estonia before that, and then it was the Junos before that, and then it was like the tour with Alison Russell before that, so.
I'm always amazed because, as we said, you know, when you and I did this piece, that you started out, like 2 years ago, you were working for CTV. You hit your 5-year anniversary.
Yeah, I was in the back watching the clips, and I was seeing, like, you know, even the science guy. I was like, oh, yeah, I've clipped so many of that.
Of Dan Riskin?
Yeah, Dan Riskin, yeah. So it's wild. I don't know, it's very incremental. Like, I've been playing music, like, for over a decade, so it's like, to me, it seems incremental, and the steps were very much like baby steps, so.
Yeah. Listen, you were at the Junos last year as well as this year. You performed last year, you won.
Yeah.
And then you won again this year. But how did you feel when they called your name for the second time? 2 in one night.
I was not expecting that. Honestly, I was like near the doors talking to the Beaches, and like we were like talking about like the jazz hands thing that they did during their speech. So like we were talking, and then suddenly the name got called, and I like had to like run through everybody. But was not expecting to get that. So.
In one of your speeches, you talk about your roots and about where you were from, and that you started out playing off-grid as a kid, and then here you are now. I feel like you've been reflecting on that a lot this year.
Yeah, you know, I think it's important to remember where you come from, especially like so much has happened, and there's like always like so much noise and stuff. So I think really reflecting on where I came from and why I got into music in the first place. So.
On top of your 2 historic wins, you also performed on stage in a tribute to Canadian legends, Gordon Lightfoot and Robbie Robertson. What was it like to be part of that tribute with that group of musicians to those musicians who came before you?
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous. I was really nervous about this performance in particular. Why? Because I knew the families of Robbie Robertson and the families of Gordon Lightfoot were gonna be in the audience watching. So it's like one thing to play your own thing and like maybe mess up your own song, but like I really wanted to do right by them, so I was like really nervous, but then it went off so well. But the craziest thing was after we played and we did all the walking around, and I was in like a hotel lobby, and Gordon Lightfoot's wife came through, and she like walked up to me, and like she grabbed me by the hand and like shook my hand and was like, you know, I just want to say that like I knew Robbie Robertson, and like him and my husband would be really proud of what you guys did tonight.
Wow,
so.
what did that feel like?
Yeah, it was like all that stress just kind of dissipated, so.
You knew you'd done well.
Yeah.
You did it right. I understand your music is often compared to, you know, Kings of Leon and Sam Smith, but one thing that sets you apart, and this is pretty impressive, is your guitar picking skills. I've seen these firsthand, but I wanted to share them with everybody. Here's what we're talking about. You can do it all. You sing well, you play incredibly. Where did you learn that?
I grew up in this house without electricity, and so like my brother left a guitar behind, and when I went to the city to go to school, my friend would bring me to his house and like show me these guys on YouTube, and it's crazy because I'm watching that, and that's the same video that I used to apply for the International Indigenous Music Summit, which kind of started my whole career, I guess. But there's a lot of people who kind of do that, kind of tap percussion stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm actually playing a music festival in northern Quebec in like a month.
Okay.
Where like there's a lot of crazy guitar, like they got Kingfish,
Yeah.
they got Kim Churchill and Marcin, like two people who I like watched on YouTube to like develop that style. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of like a mixing of the worlds, which I'm kind of excited about.
Listen, your CTV family is very proud of you. You and I have spent some time together, so I was thrilled for you when you won the 2. Congratulations, and thanks for coming in early today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.